fully tuned. You can't make more power.
You can make more power.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
What do you want to put on the line?
If I'm right, you clean this entire shop.
If I win, you clean the shop. You're gonna be mopping this floor, baby. This, you guys, is a Lamborghini. And my friend Dave, right here, spent over $200,000 on this car, and yet he feels ripped off. He feels like Lamborghini stole from him.
They stole from me. They literally stole 60 horsepower from me. This car and that car have the same engines, but it has 60 more horsepower. How's that possible?
First of all, this car and that car are two different models, and what Lamborghini or other manufacturers typically do is they save little secrets in the software to increase the power from the same power plant, so they don't have to recreate a new engine every time they make a new model.
This car is fully tuned. You can't make more power.
You can make more power.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
What do you want to put on the line?
If I'm right, you clean this entire shop.
I don't clean. That's an unfair thing to request of me.
You're so confident in that, then you'll win.
Okay, if I win, you clean the shop, because I know you hate cleaning.
That makes no sense.
I know.
If you win, wait, if I win, you clean.
We both clean, one way or another.
Let's watch the video.
I think we're at VF Engineering and they're gonna be able to make more power, which is why we've got it strapped to a dyno. Nick at the helm over there on the computer, getting things set up. And I'm gonna be watching you scrub these floors before this video is over. So this is the heart of the beast. This is a 5.2 liter V10.
Hell yeah.
And it happens to be the same engine that is in that car. There are some differences. That has direct fuel injection.
What's that mean, Damon?
I don't know. The very first thing we're gonna do here at VF Engineering is do a baseline run on the dyno. You guys, I'd like you to meet Nick from VF Engineering. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
You're the head tech. You tune all the cars here.
I do indeed.
What do you think the odds are that I'm not gonna have to clean your shop at the end of this challenge? Can you get one more horsepower out of this car? Like, whatever you gotta do.
I think we could do a little bit more than 1 horsepower.
Yes!
Dave, you're going down. Don't tell him. Let's hear this thing. Your car is really loud.
It's aftermarket exhaust.
Nah, it's stock.
So they told you it was stock when we bought it, but I know for a fact that's not stock. There's no way in hell it sounds that good from the factory.
You know for a fact.
Do you want to bet on it? I'm a betting man today.
All right, what do you want to bet?
What do you got?
First of all, have you ever looked at it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, then I'll take that bet. How much? $1,000.
That's $1,000.
$1,000, that is stock.
That's aftermarket. No, 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 no.
We're about to find out, you guys, how much power the LP570 truly makes. Before we get into this, your theory is that you heard from the owner of Lamborghini.
Yeah.
What?
That
Go,
the,
tell the
the
audience.
Italians back in Italy who made this car. There's only 50 of these cars, right? They made 50 of them.
You keep saying that, we don't care.
50 in the world.
You're not special.
The reason why I said that is because they could do this on a small scale nobody would know. They tuned it at the factory, nobody knew. Not even marketing, nobody knew. The owner of Lamborghini told me that this car is special, has more power than advertised.
Now to clarify, an owner of a Lamborghini dealership, you need to specialize.
Same.
Do you think they can really do that? Is that legal, Nick? Can they legally make more power and then not tell anybody?
I think that they probably wouldn't want to do that because of their marketing. So, but they also like to under-promise and over-deliver.
The new Supra did that. The new Supra has more power than advertised.
Don't even start comparing the Supra to your Lamborghini.
But don't forget, we're measuring the horsepower after it's been through the drivetrain. Car manufacturers are measuring the engine's power on an engine dyno.
Oh, okay.
It's a big difference.
Yes.
And they've got standardized testing conditions that they follow, and we're not doing that right now.
It's a little warm here in Southern California.
Heat plays a massive part in robbing power. It's all about heat. The engine is a big processor. It's processing fuel, spark, and oxygen. And if you have high temperatures, you won't be able to promote a good quality combustion pattern.
I was right, that was right. Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance.
We've got 2 back-to-back runs. This diagonal line here is horsepower at all 4 wheels, and this tabletop curve is the torque. This is a classic top-of-the-line torque curve. It shows you basically you've got solid torque all the way, and torque is what gives you the thrust. And the acceleration keeps you going. What you've got here is a peak of 460 horsepower at all four wheels.
Why are you laughing?
I feel like you're going down. You're gonna be mopping this floor, baby. Tell me I'm
If you
right.
use a 25% correction factor, which is a rough guesstimation for most four-wheel drive cars, it takes us up to 575 with the calculator right here on the screen.
Oh!
It has more than advertised.
575 horsepower.
Wow.
And show them the badge, Dave, right here. This is actually the badge on the Lamborghini that identifies the horsepower. LP570-4, that means all-wheel drive. So, based on this number and that number, cheaters
they
are lying.
lied to us, but in a good way to help us.
Yeah,
They didn't steal anything from me. I feel like I said some bad things this morning about them I shouldn't have said.
That's all
I'm
right.
gonna go on Twitter and change those tweets.
So, what can we do? Can we increase the power of this car?
Yeah, with software optimization, we can adjust some of the throttle response, some of the ignition timing, and some of the power based on the conditions that the car's driven in.
I don't believe you.
Gary said something earlier that was really intriguing to me. Because they put the same power plant essentially in multiple models, this engine started out at 525?
Yes.
And then it went to what?
Then it went up to 550.
Yes.
And then it went up to 560.
Yes.
And then you have this 570 variant.
And this is technically at the top end of what they were able to produce.
Yeah, because what they've done is this is one of the last of its model years, of its generation, of its type. So what they'll do is they'll release higher power, more value to the enthusiasts by, creating different variants of their cars.
Let's put him to work and then find out which one of us is gonna get put to work. You guys, meet Gary here at VF Engineering.
Gary.
Hey Gary, how you doing?
Ow!
Don't freeze up. I like it, he's getting feisty. Keep going.
Keep listening.
Keep going.
What is that
ringtone? I want that ringtone.
Dynometer measures wheel horsepower, not real, but wheel. Specifically, the wheel spinning on a barrel measures the power there. The manufacturer measures at the flywheel, or the crank, so to speak. You lose about 22 to 25% power to the wheels. That's just how it works. We can't dyno the engine because it's in the car and connected to the transmission, so this is the numbers we get.
It's an estimation
It's an
always, no
estimation.
matter what anyone does. Like, we always estimate how good Dave looks.
You want a push broom or a regular broom? You can pick for your cleanup tonight.
Well, you know what's funny? They're already in your hands, so you know you're a loser.
Pass them to losers. Two bets in this vlog today. The first bet is the ability to make power from this car. The second bet is the stock exhaust stock. Is the exhaust stock? Let's
That's
find
right.
out. $1,000 on the line. $1,000 on the line.
Did you know we put $1,000 on the line? I said that the exhaust is stock. Dave says it's not, and the loser has to pay the other guy 1,000 crispies.
USD.
Yeah, so
Canadian.
$10,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
Gary is looking.
He might be right.
No, 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 no. How can you tell just by looking through some grills?
You can see the
How much did he pay you? Well, how much did he pay you? You're lying. There's only 50 Squadra courses in the world, and how many of them have been at VF Engineering? How many? How many Squadra courses?
2.
I'm the winner.
What other?
You're
What's
the
up?
loser.
What other? You shut your mouth.
What you think that's ceramic coated?
Oh, it's definitely ceramic coated for sure.
What's that mean? That pipe.
It means that it's likely aftermarket.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah, we do.
We don't. Call the owner of Lamborghini and find out, since you know him so well.
Nacho. It's me. It's affecting you.
The Squadra Corsa very well could have a ceramic coated exhaust. Couple more push-ups. Do a push-up. Do a push-up. There we go.
yeah. Come on, get
Come on,
some.
Gary. Get some.
Well, you can see where the ceramic coating starts and stops at, which is kind of interesting.
So maybe it's a stock pipe that was just ceramic coated.
Why would they do that?
Well, because they can, Dave.
You have no middle name. What do you know?
Oh, we have a keyboard warrior in the car. What are you doing over there?
Tell me I am $1,000 richer, not poorer.
It looks aftermarket because the T-bolt clamps that are used here, they don't look of the OEM style.
Why did you have to go get a high-powered flashlight, Nick? Don't laugh.
I'm making money.
But it's a nicely made exhaust.
Is it nice?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, now what? Am I done for, or am I got a little bit of hope here? Glimmer of hope. What's this?
It's hard to say. I've seen on some of these special model cars like the Audi RSs,
Yeah.
even like this Super Leggeras on the Gallardos or this Squadra Corsa, that they put special touches on these cars.
You like special touches.
I do.
And they don't necessarily publish that information. But if you look at the welding on this exhaust, where it goes into the V-band clamp,
Yeah.
the way that weld goes around the circumference, it's got a kind of a worm-like shape to it, very similar to what you see on OEM exhausts.
OEM, you hear that?
Where it steps down from the V-band clamp to the diameter of the pipe, that doesn't look factory.
Yeah, it's a V-band.
Oh, now you work at Lamborghini, Gary? Part number? Where's the part number?
Yeah, you'd have to take the bumper off, take off the heat
That's a
shield.
lot of work.
It is for today.
Yes. So we're not going to find
No,
out.
no, no, that's not stock. Clearly.
We don't know for sure. Gary, who didn't work at Lamborghini?
Beyond reasonable doubt,
Yeah.
we can't be conclusive.
Thank
But
you, thank
all
you.
the facts are pointing towards aftermarket.
You bet Nick your thought. That's 2 bets. Well, parallel bets on this exhaust. Make your wager with Nick.
I say it's OEM, or it's hybridized. Someone's cut up some parts of the OEM and merged it with an aftermarket system.
And you think it's aftermarket.
Well, that would still be considered aftermarket, even if it used one OEM part.
You get your head out of my frame.
I think we're gonna have to like wait till the end and see if we can't get a definitive answer.
Nick, so now you're currently installing the new software. So this is like, what, we've changed air and fuel and
Ignition timing.
I honestly have no idea what I'm talking about, so what are you changing it to?
Well, we're reprogramming the factory software with our changes in it. So the changes we make are to ignition timing, knock control, fuel management, throttle sensitivity, cam timing, fuel pressure, a whole number of aspects.
So you don't just go in and hit the plus button right here.
you're just like, hold on, shift plus, we just want more power. Boop, 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 boop. It's a little more complicated.
That would be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't
It'd
it?
make our life a lot more easier.
I honestly thought he just went in and changed the number. 575, 590, that sounds good. We got the fans back on. Now we need to run it with the new tune. How much power do you think it's not gonna make?
At least same, 0. Same.
Exactly the same.
Or down.
You give it pops?
We did.
Oh! Dude, it sounds cool. It sounds cool. You got pops now.
Sounds cool.
Excited to drive your new car with more power?
Sounds amazing. Car is off the dyno. Nick, what is the verdict? Do we make power, lose power, stay the same?
We definitely made power and we made torque.
Okay, quiet, quiet, quiet. I want him to hear you.
Hold on.
No, he said we lost.
Say you made power?
And the reality is we had an inconclusive decision on whether or not that is stock. So I do not owe you $1,000.
Yeah, you do.
Not until you can prove 100% that it is not stock. But in the meantime, before you start sweeping, let's go over these numbers because we want to know what it actually did.
Absolutely. So the diagonal blue line is the stock horsepower. It's what you came in here with. And the horizontal is the torque. So the red is after our software tuning installation. And you can see there's a nice gap between the before and after all the way. And in the big driving range, kind of like between 3,000 and 6,500 RPM, the car's making approximately 15 horsepower more at all 4 wheels. For a normally aspirated tune, that's phenomenal. And look at the torque. The torque's absolutely insane here.
Yeah, that's a big gap right there.
So right there, just as you move off from a standstill, you'll feel this big gush of torque push you, get you out of a hole. You're getting another 25 pounds of torque at 4 wheels.
That's amazing because Dave's always in a hole. And you're in a hole right now, bro. All right. The only thing left to do now is
Once Dave's done cleaning up the shop, we're gonna take the car onto the streets and put all of this power and torque to the real test. We wanna say thanks to everybody here at VF Engineering, specifically Nick.
Thanks, Damon.
Thank you for having us. We always have a fun time here, and we have some big power upgrades coming to this car from VF. You'll have to stay tuned to that. I think that's a pretty dead giveaway, but if you don't know, you'll know soon enough.
hurry up. I'm really hungry. I want to go eat sometime tonight.
Now this is
A Mustang dyno. What?
why does it say a Mustang?
It's a Lamborghini, not a Mustang.
Nick,
This isn't a Mustang. It's a Lamborghini.
It's a Lamborghini!